Well, hello viewers. Welcome to the Campbelltown Bowling Club for the live stream game of Finnerty from Camden and Lynn Langfield from Oustral. Ladies are just going through their final trial end. And we've got Hutchie as the marker from Oustral. And he plays in the one. So welcome to all of you. I hope you enjoy my first ever live stream with Youtubelivesports. Matt Harris is my name, and it's my great pleasure to try and be a bit of a conductor of pressing buttons and all sorts of things. So we have 3 cameras. It's just me. We will have a couple of guest commentators as we go through. But I hope wherever you're watching from, give us a little shout out in the chat. And I hope you have obviously a very good morning. Beautiful conditions here. Forecast temp for a winter's day is pretty incredible. No wind to speak of as we did have in the last few days. So very still conditions for this round 2 clash. So we're looking at a temperature of around about 17 degrees at the moment, with a high of around 19 with minimal to no wind. Now you will have to bear with me while I play around with different cameras and make sure I try and get the shot of the bowler as they're delivering it, and then when the bowl finishes. So I've got the all plates on, so appreciate your support. Well, the girls have finished their trial ends. I'm not too sure who won the toss. We are using the Campbelltown Bowling Club Wi-Fi, so if it's buffering a bit, we'll do our best, but just let us know through the chat. And thank you for tuning in on this beautiful Saturday. Looks like, I'm not too sure who won the toss, but Len has opted to bat first. And she's got the Dreamlines size 3. Pretty happy with the way the cameras have lined up. Always a bit tricky to actually try and get the horizon correct. Right-handed player. And a very confident start. 25 up at this Nepean Highlanders women's clash. Good start. Heidi with the dynamics. Very positive start, reaching weight. Lots of action here, plenty of rinks being used, 7 rinks on each green. 2 greens here at Campbelltown. I suggest you come on down because it's a terrific space. Preferring the forehand. Nice low technique. And she'll be looking to correct on that one. Heidi Finnerty sends it on its way. Very keen look early on, as the ladies are in their first end. We don't obviously count the ends in singles. It's 25 up. Both these ladies are very familiar to the live stream. Asking the bowl to hang high. Probably doesn't want to trail it. Believe Lynn is still holding shot. Picked up the first bit of a touch-up. And let's see if we can... Well, there's my little sound effects for trying to get a little bit of things going on. The glare on my screens are pretty ordinary, but just like these players are filling out the green, I'm filling out all things technology. So welcome to wherever you're watching from. Give us a little shout out, and I hope you can be patient with me as I explore my L plates with YouTube Live Sports. It's great, the happy bowler, Boyd Dumbrell, bringing me on board, which I'm really excited about. I've just got to learn how to do three things at once. Being a mere male. Down one. Still early days of looking at which hands drawing. Very consistent, and I do believe that it will be Lynn who gets on the board first. But I'll wait for confirmation. And it is Lynn scoring the one. Terrific. Very good start. Lovely weight. I'm just trying to negotiate with these cameras at the moment. There we are. I'm happy with that. Coming down on the backhand. Trying to play a little bit with the focus there. Heidi. Just crossing the head. Good weight though. Fairly quiet around here at Campbelltown Bowling Club at the moment. Very low delivery there from Lynn. Bowl's on its way, forehand. Found her line very early in the match. And a nice positional bowl there behind. Doesn't give Lynn, I should say Heidi, too much of a look with that bowl to sit. On the backhand. And a little piece of her own. Very good effort. Early part of the singles, in my opinion, I do play in grade 2 at DY. I was in the ones last year at Monavale, and my own personal bowl story, I've played for a fair number of years. I sort of started in 1985 as a 15-year-old. And we're at the state 2s this year. And we finished third in our section. We got beat by Tarrant Point, who were the original runners-up, and Tuncurry. We were fortunate over Inverell in the morning of Saturday. So, been playing a lot of fours, not a lot of singles lately, but a new bowl season, new regions, and we're here at the Nepean Highlanders. And a very good effort here from Heidi. Can't quite tell who has shot on our return end. No indication from Hutchie. Beautiful day here. Clouds are hardly moving. Could be close for a tape. I'm going to try and be a little bit innovative with different things, but thanks to the Bargo Sports Club, you've done a great job, and Campbelltown Bowling Club. And I suggest you come on down, ladies and gentlemen, to the Campbelltown Bowling Club. They've got Wicklow Bowls and Sports Supplies. Roll into Wicklow Bowls and Sports Supplies today. They have the best quality lawn bowls and accessory sportswear and equipment, friendly expert advice from skilled bowlers, and they're here over the weekend. Wicklow Bowls, plenty of specials here. And well, you can clearly see with the bowls being kicked back and the mat being placed by Heidi Finnerty from Camden, she's been able to secure. All right, got to change my camera. I'll just work out which camera I'm supposed to be on. Okay, I got that one going okay. And lightly longer end's got me. I'm just trying to my apologies, viewers. We'll get it sorted. There we go. All right, my apologies, viewers. Just trying to have the presets on the cameras and making sure that when they change the length of end, I can actually get the appropriate shot for you. There we go. It will take me a few ends. I appreciate your patience with me. Forehand. Lovely weight. Not a lot of noise here at Campbelltown Bowling Club at the Nepean Highlanders women's singles. Heidi Finnerty from Camden. Very established bowler. He's in the dynamics. The bowler's on its way. Wonderful bunch of volunteers here too. The greenkeepers have done a great work. Just needs to finish. I was watching their games earlier on this morning, and there was a fair bit of dew, not a lot of wind. So at 11:45, the the greens will quicken up a little bit. The shadows will start to come over. Very good line here from Langfield from Oustral. That's her bowl, third bowl. Final bowl from Heidi. Very well balanced. Standard foot stance on the mat. Stays down. Watching very carefully. She can get around that front one of hers. It's just got to finish. Well, viewers, I believe it's only one at the moment to Heidi from Camden. Both on the forehand. Missed the centre line. Creating her own well fortune. And I believe she had the weight to create the good fortune. And I believe it will be one shot to Lynn. And that is correct. And let's get the right score going. I did press that, viewers, but it didn't register. All right. 2-1, got the right score. Now, try and change the cameras. Okay. Okay, let's let the right people on the screen. There we go. So viewers, as you're watching, there'll be a fair bit of silence, which is probably a good thing for a lot of you, while I make sure I can multitask. Thanks again to the Bargo Sports Club for their sponsorship of the Nepean Highlanders women's singles. And yes, that post that helps people get onto the green is in a very good position, making sure that I can see the jack. A little bit loosey-goosey with the bowlers on this end, just missing their line. Let's see what Lynn can do with her final one. She won the last end. Fairly compact delivery, bit of line. I will try and let you know what the green speed is, but I'll speak to Hutch. And that, from the look of things, it looks like it could be 3, maybe 4 to Lynn. Pressure on this one, no doubt. Heidi, be aware of Just trying to get something close. Does look good in delivery. Just ran out of running. So viewers, this is what I call a satellite measure with both girls. Weight was really good. As we keep looking at the head, I'll try and make sure I then adjust my other cameras. Apologies if I made your eyes go a bit funny. So we've got a couple of people there. Got old Vincey Calabrese watching from Leamington. Good on you, Vince. And Kevin Hunt watching from Mount Annan. Well done. And we've got Philip. And thanks again to YouTube Live Sports community. Doing my very best to bring to you the live YouTube Live Sports. And Hutchie's just letting us know all things we'll get the score update in a moment. And it was a 3. Good start. Hiding a medium length end at the moment. Another compact stance there by Heidi. Very important earlier on, viewers, depending on your level of experience watching this game. I do broadcast to all viewers as far as standard, whether you're a rookie or played for 40 years like myself. I did have a bit of a hiatus during that time. Very early on to try and get your line. Once you get your line, the length does tend to come. And at the moment, 25 up, Lynn is 1/5 of the way there. Harder shot to get is the final one, though. And the momentum at the moment with Lynn. Not too sure what Heidi's aim line is at the moment. Just needs to find a little adjustment on that. Some people use a mark on the green. Some people look at the bank. Some people, like myself, look where the arc of the bowl does turn. Knowing the dream line that Lynn is using, it's a wider bowl than the dynamic. There's a slight breeze, but the ladies are playing the hand closest to the ditch, but it's still 3 metres in from the ditch, and that's adjacent to the clubhouse if you've been at Campbelltown. So come on down. If you're not doing much today, you might be playing your own club games, tomorrow or today, but we'll be here all day tomorrow for the Nepean Highlanders Singles Championships. Final bowl of 4 for Lynn. Stay down, picture of concentration. Reasonable line. Looks like it's just got a little bit of pace on it. But she is holding 2. Heidi looking for the correction. Better line with her dynamic. And if you are going to miss, you're generally supposed to miss long, but you want to obviously try and cut it down. And it leaves a one shot. Goes to Lynn. She sits there in a 6-1 scoreline. Lynn persisting with the medium size length. Respot there from Hutchie. Bowl's on its way. From when the girls started a couple of ends ago, it does look like that the green is just gone a little bit, not slippery, but just the girls have got to adjust their aiming line. Bowl's on its way. Heidi concentrating. Very good bowl. Draws the applause of the crowd. Not a back resting toucher, but very effective bowl in the scale of things at the moment with momentum. Does have to try and get the mat back and maybe get her preferred length. Or maybe just change it up a little bit. Nothing drastic just yet. Pace was pretty good. Currently 1 to Heidi. I do believe she's going to change to a backhand to just try and maybe look a little bit of searching weight. She stays down, gets that arm up. Just got a drop from there. She's close. Got tackled by her own bowl, but she was trying to use that or directly get underneath it. Heidi from Camden. Nice smooth delivery these ladies do have. Final bowl of the end. Heidi with the so-called free kick. And one of the sayings that my dad just said to say is, you've got to be up to enjoy it. And I'm one of 9 children, so I'll leave that with you. We are a PG rated show. And it does look like it is 1 to Heidi. ladies have their speed's reasonably good. They've just got to try and tidy up their line. And at this early stages, of 6-2 to Lynn, the player that's able to nail that centre line on more occasions will be difficult to manage. That's probably definitely one. As we draw our attention to try and change the camera so we can see all the action in the background. Beautiful day here at Campbelltown. We'd love to see you down here. Thanks to Bargo Sports Club. The Bargo Bushrangers. We're going to have the men in action tomorrow. But right now I'm just undergoing a baptism fire and really enjoying my time here. Took me a little while to set up. A few hours, but we're here. I'm from the northern beaches of Sydney. I do play for the DY Black Swans, and we played in the Grade 2 pennant finals in the state, and a lovely bowl there from Lynn. I will get sound effects and all those sorts of things coming through, but right now I just want to try and focus on bringing you the pictures. And make sure everything's working. Another very good weighted bowl from Heidi. She is one down at the moment, maybe a second with that bowl to the right-hand side of the screen. Lynn has an opportunity to double up here. Always find when I play singles, it's a lot easier to draw the second if you've got no pressure. She's got a good line, and that is a lovely bowl. There you go. That's my sound effects options. One, maybe two. And it is two. Two shots to Lynn. Always important to get the scoreboard up first. And then I can change my cameras. And see the length. My apologies, viewers. There's a fair bit of vanity going on. I do try and make sure that I'm not taking the posterior of players when they're trying to pick up bowls. I'm a very respectful gentleman. Just ask all my friends. They tell me that. Here we go. End number 6 or 8. We don't really count ends in singles. Just more for reference. Wasn't happy with the delivery there. And you can see, I think she might have bumped the ground. Lots of colour here, lots of different clubs representing the Nepean Highlanders. Penrith are here, Oustral. Bargo, of course, Camden. If you go to Bowls Link, you'll be able to check out all the action. We're not doing any live scoring at the moment, besides me. The thing I love about this sport is that everyone of all ages can play. Lovely bowl by Lynn Langfield. Very consistent with getting 2 bowls in the head. Not a lot of grouping going on by the ladies at the moment. What I mean by grouping, viewers, is consistency in the draw, finding the line. They're spraying them a little bit. But they're doing very well. I mean no disrespect to the players that are doing things at the moment. I'm just letting you know that in a singles, obviously you just get the closest bowl to the jack and you get the shot. You get 3 or 4, you get that score of a multiple. But at the moment, the score does reflect that Lynn is getting that centre line a little bit more consistently. And then Heidi. Tough spot here. She's just got to try and get a bowl in the head. She's on the backhand. The bowler's on its way. A better line. Just got a little bit too much on it, but she'll good. It's a pretty good reference. She hit that centre line. So if her memory's good, she's just got to make the correction on the speed. Where does Lynn go with this one? Lynn Langfield representing Oustral. Smooth technique, bowls away. We've got Hutchie marking from Oustral. And a very nice bowl to make it a 3 count so far with 1 to play. Heidi Finnerty. It's up to 25, so she's still got time, but you don't want that score to get 1 or 2 ends past with scoring multiples. And that's the pressure that Lynn is exerting on Heidi. She then corrected her weight but missed her line. I believe it will be 3 shots to Lynn. But we'll confirm that. Might be pretty close for the third. It looks like the tape's coming out. Getting lots of different instructions here from my offsider. Doing a good job. Thank you, Boyd. And it is 3. All right. Well, look, Lynn has a 9-point advantage at the moment. The conditions are very favourable for good lawn bowls. Heidi with a nice track. Almost an effective bowl. It is on. Maybe Lynn may have to change her hand. She is using the Dreamlines, which I believe, from my vantage point, would still get around that front bowl, but maybe she's a little bit nervous about bumping into it. Just remember, viewers, if you're out and about, get the sunscreen on and put the hat on, slap on a hat, slap on a shirt, the sunscreen, and obviously stay hydrated, depending on your choice of hydration. Camden, Heidi, looking to try and complement her first bowl. And well done We've got to give that a round of applause. Great shot as Hutchie marks the bowl. That's a confidence booster. How does Lynn respond? Stays on the backhand. Oh, and he's just moved the head up. Just trying to get that viewers in line. Yeah, Heidi put the head up to say, oh, I need to reach. Lynn taking her time. She has got another bowl to come from this one. Actually, her final bowl. Lovely colour, lovely outfits. Thanks to all our markers today, all our volunteers doing a great job. These two ladies, no stranger to being on the live stream. And no doubt they've played a fair bit of bowls. You're watching YouTube Live Sports here at Campbelltown Bowling Club. Important bowl here for Lynn if she wants to keep the momentum going. Great delivery. And what a shot. Well done. Brilliant shot. And if we bring the little dancing screen, there we go. What a shot. All right, just trying to get my mouse working, guys. All right, over it comes. Oh, unlucky. Heidi did her extreme best. I'm going to try and see the replay on that. And just unlucky. Does look like it's 2. And it is 2. My mouse to work. There he is. Got the little paddles for me. There we go. I don't know if you're superstitious out there, viewers. But Heidi's got her. Got Lynn on 13. Shorter length. That's up 2. Yep. Lynn has been very consistent in finding that centre line. So important in singles, viewers, to get your line. What can Heidi do to replicate the last end, particularly her first 2 shots? This has got a better line. And she has done well. 1 to Heidi. It's a nice confidence booster for her. And thank you to YouTube Live Sports. You better be live in it. Great to have them here broadcasting, which is me, Campbelltown Bowling Club. And what a bowl. Grab some chalk. And she's been able to trail that jack to her own bowl, which was about a foot behind. Heidi wasting no time on the backhand. Slightly higher line. Pace was great. Cracking day here at the Campbelltown Bowling Club for the Nepean Highlanders women's singles. I believe it's a round of 16. Next match should be the quarterfinals. Lynn will be looking for a correction on her pace with her final bowl. Heidi, third one. Is entitled to come to the head. Following this bowl. Surprised to see her change to her forehand to make the correction, but she is looking for that jack high bowl of hers. She's probably a little bit worried about that short bowl she's joining. Always tricky changing hands because you've got to add corrections of both your line and your length. Glenn persisting with the backhand. It's been working well for her so far. Great line. Good pace. Just got to get around it, and it does. That is probably two. Now, where does Heidi go? I'll bring you back to the head. She's looking like she's staying on the forehand. She has got a jack high bowl of hers, about a foot and a half to the right of the kitty, but if you're looking on the screen, to the left of the screen. Slightly high line. Just got to get the side of it. Not enough. Heidi needs a little bit of good fortune. And she did create the opportunity by reaching the head. And she gets the edge of that. She does then come to flop in for one, but it does look like that she is going to be down two. Just so you know, Heidi's using the dynamic and Lynn's using the XG. And we've got Hutchie marking at the moment from Oustral. Everyone knows Hutchie in this Nepean Highlanders area. And it is only one. Well done. Well, she didn't stay on 13 for very long. What can Heidi do to try and upset the rhythm of Lynn? Maybe go to the bathroom. Maybe when she does get an opportunity to get the match, she maybe goes tee to tee. Slightly shorter length, so I'll do my best to try and bring that jack a bit closer to us. There we are. (14-2). Heidi, first bowl, really important. on the forehand. Beautiful day here at the Campbelltown Bowling Club. Thanks for the sponsorship, Embargo Sports Club. And that is the start. Well done. She's still about 3 feet through, but she's behind. The bowl is in play. Lynn's first bowl was probably around about 4 feet short. Nice line. Beautiful day. Glad I got the sunscreen on though. What a toucher. Well done. Heidi Finnerty from Camden in the knockout stage. Fair effort here. That is a cracking bowl. And let's see if we can bring up my mouse to bring in the cop that. Well, she's got to do something. She needs more of that. Hope you appreciate that one. Just so you know, viewers, I've got the sun nailing my monitors at the moment, so there's a fair bit of glare with me trying to operate the skybox system that wonderful boy Dumbrell has put together from Youtubelivesports. About 5 or 6 of us now broadcasting. This is my very first one, and you probably can't help half tell. No problem talking, but I'm pressing 3 buttons at once, having fun. Hope the ladies are too, and viewers, I hope you are too. Heidi Finnerty from Camden. I don't have a lot of background on the ladies, unfortunately. If you viewers have anything about their heroics on the bowling green, my apologies for not knowing. That is another lovely bowl. That's wonderful grouping. But yes, I come from the Metro North East region, and I actually wasn't sure who I was streaming until about 5 minutes before. Definitely looks like 2. I'll just go back to the head to see what she might do. She's on the forehand. She just has to make any connection on her front bowl, but she needs to look for that wing bowl. If she gets that wing bowl of Heidi's, she's crossed the head though. Both those bowls will go out. So if I was Heidi, I'd come down and have a look, but she's choosing to stay in flow. She's either got her line right. Is this the turning point? She's got a good line again. A little bit of breeze. It is close. Great grouping. That's a really good fight back from Heidi. Lynn knows she's in a game. Looks like it should be 2. At that third bowl, we've taken 2 out, and it is 2. We're on a 14-4 scoreline. Your viewers, come on down to the Campbelltown Bowling Club. We've got Wicklow Bowls and Sports Supplies. So roll into Wicklow Bowls and Sports Supplies today. They've got best quality lawn bowls and accessory sportswear and equipment. Friendly expert advice from skilled bowlers. They're here for the next day or two. They've got us covered. Bit surprised to see Heidi put the mat in pretty much the identical spot as they've played. The mat is almost worn out the grass, but I can see why she wants to keep things consistent. But this mat has stayed in the same spot for quite some time. Thought I hit the mute button there on my cough. Sorry there, viewers. Nice reply from Lynn from Oustral. Lynn needs to make sure Heidi doesn't go back-to-back and get some momentum. Game of chess, lawn bowls, the sport. Looks like Heidi may have settled down with getting on the scoreboard. Just needed to send it a little bit more. The observation of Lynn, she seems to be playing around the clock, favouring the backhand. Hasn't played too many forehand shots at the moment. Ladies with their third bowl in hand now. There, Heidi playing a lot more on the forehand. Good speed again. Lovely direction. Just got to fall in, and she has. Lovely shot. Let's see that bowl on the replay. And it comes. Great effort. Smooth transition, Matt. Is it going to hold with that pace? Lynn just needed an extra 2 foot of weight on that line. Fourth bowl each. And it is 1 to Heidi. This will be the first time in the match that she is able to hopefully put 2 ends back to back. But Lynn may have something to say about that. A lovely line again. Enjoying this side. Making contact with her short bowl. Sadly, it probably would have ended up being in the head as well. Now, Lynn is 1 down. I wouldn't be surprised to see her play with a little bit of attitude and try and plant that shot bowl of Heidi. The pace is there. The line slightly high, but she did have every intention of trying to change that head. Now, marker singles 1. Heidi goes to 5. Well done. So, well done, Heidi. She's just moved that map up probably about 2 feet. Maybe Lynn from Oustral might not pick up on that subtle change. That's what I tend to try and do. I don't try and give all my trade secrets away, viewers. I will have to change my cameras just to give that a little bit of chance to pick it up. Slightly longer length. And I believe I have got it in shot. Well, it is on the tee. I'll just try and get you a little bit more of a better view. First bowl of Lynn. Well, she's on the forehand. Proved a liar of me. Commentator's curse. So there you go, viewers. Tactic, Heidi, gone slightly longer. Ball's on its way. Lovely line. Lovely weight. And draws the applause of the crowd. About 20 or so, 30 people here. Lovely day. Ball's on its way. Toucher. Great shot. Well done. Great bowl from Lynn in the context of things. She was 2 down, cool, calm and collected, trailed for 1. Heidi, searching weight, get it clean. And she does. What a lovely effort, but a bit unlucky, as one of the spectators did suggest, but she gave it a chance. That bowl is a toucher, so it is live. Lovely effort. Yep. I'm on full. We'll have to adjust that camera a little bit back. My camera is pretty much on top of the ditch. Great bowl. Wow. Wonderful effort. She has moved the jack. I believe it is still 1 to Lynn. It could be 2. Hutchie's having a look. He has given a very solid 2. Had Heidi just picked up that jack. She would have been sitting 2 herself, but that's the nature of bowls. Woulda, coulda, should have. May as well have missed it by a postcode. Those near misses. Lynn with the free kick. No change. Ladies come down. Not on the springboard yet. I believe it should be 2. But Heidi, if in doubt, measure. No wasting time with the magic fingers. It is 2. Thanks, Hutchie. We should see a 16-5 scoreline. 25 up, unlike the Australian Open, which was 21 up. Those squares viewers on the green, if you're not familiar with them, are probably about 1 metre apart, or metre in distance. We call it the chessboard. Might just adjust that camera after the girls come through. Looking at Lynn Langfield from Oustral. Holding 2 at the moment, but Heidi has only sent 1 ball down. Picture of concentration, both ladies. Heidi coming back towards this direction has wrestled with her line, which then obviously impacts her pace. Len, obviously on the scoreboard of 16-5, has been a lot more consistent coming back this way, and that's been the main difference between these two combatants. Doing it in the round of 16. But Lynn has been a lot more consistent with finding her centre line. Heidi looking for the correction she needs. Big bowl here to try and wrestle the mat back and maybe stretch it out a bit. But it was interesting to see that Lynn, once she won that last end, stretched it out. Very positive weight there from Heidi. Finnerty landed the bowl. Final bowl for Lynn. He does need to make it count. I believe she is 2 down. And she has bowled an absolute cracker. Well done to actually put Heidi under pressure. She was holding 2. She's now going to have to beat that last bowl of Lynn, which is about 1.5 foot. Line is sort of okay. Pace for dynamic. Good effort. But I believe it will be 1 shot to Lynn. Definitely a 1 shot, and she moves 1 step closer to making it to 20. Heidi in an arm wrestle. Just needs to get a couple of lengths back to back. And Lynn has been fairly consistent with her mat placement. Thank you, Hutchie. Very stylish man. Been bowling for a fair while for Oustral. I believe he plays in one of their higher grades. When I say higher grade, lower grade, a 1. Been a part of the furniture apparently for quite some time. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. A great start. My great pleasure to be working now with Youtubelivesports. You better be live in it. And thank you, Boyd, for putting your trust in your idea. Really enjoying my first ever broadcast. with the Youtubelivesports crew. I know Benny Two Shoes is part of the crew as well. Both Benny and myself worked on the Platinum. I was there for this season, did the first 3 rounds before I was showing the door. So let's see if we can bring a touch of joy to your screens. But it's just a one-man show here. It took me a couple of hours to set it up, and been practicing all week. And well done, Lynn. Putting the pressure on Heidi. Getting too reasonably close. In the nature of the game, both those bowls are around about a foot short of the jack. And Benny was the voice of Platinum and Bowls New South Wales, as he was working with them for a while for season 1. So I wish the Bowls New South Wales crew in broadcasting their blue ribbon event, the Platinum pennant. Enjoyed my 3-match experience. But now we get to do it all myself. Got my big boy pants on. Lynn, Nepean Highlanders. Women's round of 16. I don't think she'd be too wrapped with 3 falling short. With 2 bowls behind from Heidi. But very difficult for her to get the jack back. And she's basically covered both lines. So Heidi, using a narrower bowl of the dynamic, is trying to either get around that bowl of hers. She has done it with just a bit of pace. Lovely line. Not too sure if you can hear that on the... I'm not too sure of how much noise you can hear from the players, but the question that Lynn asked, she was wanting to know how far back is Heidi's bowl. Hutchie's got the magic fingers out. So the call is, I favour you for 2, Lynn, but it is a measure. Lynn with the XGs. Do take a wider line and have a nice draw to the jack, where the bowl of choice from Heidi with those dynamics, both hands, the dynamic line, it's in a line. So viewers, if you use a dynamic and you're a singles player, she now has to try and draw adjacent to the jack. It's a bit jack high, so she's got to take a much wider line, but the direct line to the jack is blocked by 3 of Lynn's bowls. I know, I'm sure Heidi knows how to use her bowls, but if she had an Optima instead of a dynamic, then she'd have another option of her draw line. So the dilemma for Heidi here is, if she tries to attack the jack and misses, she goes 3 down. Draw to save. I personally think her best option is on her backhand, but let's see what she chooses to do. She's done well to come up to the head, showing good experience. Pressure is on. And she's lining up on the forehand, so let's see if she goes under it. The bowl's on its way. I knew she was looking for pace to maybe plant slightly high. With that pace, I can see why she went on the forehand. She had to go a lot quicker if she was going on her backhand. Well, it looks like they might be getting the tape out. And it was a 3. So in a game of singles, Lynn can't win it on this end, but she's not far off being in that situation. Langfield 20, Heidi Finnerty representing Camden 5. Once again, Matt in a similar position, but chosen for a slightly longer length, probably around about 6 feet off the tee. Ball's on its way. The difference in this match at the moment is clearly Lynn finding that centre line and being able to clearly get her bowl closer. But she has been more consistent with her line, and that then helps with her length. So in cricket terminology, line and length. Obviously, bowls is a physical game, but obviously very much a mental game as well. In the fatigue factor, all players playing 2 to 3 matches in a day if they're successful. Good pace from Lynn. Heidi Strain with a forehand. She hasn't played many shots down this direction towards the car park on her backhand. Very nice pre-shot routine. Better line. Better everything. One shot. Lynn, quick to change over to the forehand. Maybe trying to follow onto Heidi's line. But clearly, she's got an open jack where her draw on her backhand was. That is a lovely bowl. I could move my mouse to get my little characters up. You know, that's tough. Lovely bowl. That shot has made Heidi change hands. Positive weight, all direction, plants it. Lovely reply. Wow, we got another cop that. Well done. Big bowl. Lovely execution. Lynn, Oustral on the forehand, saying, well, listen, I'm going to put it back. Had the line for it. Question asked from Heidi is, what's the position? I believe she's holding one, but viewers, she has an option. I'd really like to be able to put my mouse on the screen and be able to show you where we're going. But on her forehand, a little trail would bring in that third bowl. Here she comes. She's got to miss that front one. Does not want to slice this jack. Good miss. Ah. No change. Same shot. Lovely effort. And it is one. Thank you, Hutchie. Heidi able to get off that 6 she was stuck on for quite some time. Well done. Bringing the mat up. Let's see what length she likes to throw. Now she's brought that mat up considerably, at least 3 metres, which means I've got to play around with my camera. And she's thrown on the tee. Len with her first. Lovely start from Heidi. Good line. Lovely length. A lovely shot. I wish those I could move those poles, viewers, but unfortunately, I'm not able to move my camera to a different vantage point on this rink 22. Tomorrow with the gentlemen, we're going to be playing the other way. So we'll go for a whole new setup and see how we go. Heidi has found the going a bit easier this way with her pace. Fair effort, 20-6. Really can't afford for Lynn to pick up any more shots for the next few ends, because then scoreboard pressure does really come into it. Nice technique there for Lynn. Stays down. Sends it. Lovely. 2 shots. But there is an option there for Heidi to try and trail, and she doesn't have anything behind. That second bowl of hers did fall, a foot short. Now, that bowl is Jack High, the shot bowl of Lynn. I would have perhaps thought she may have played it on her backhand. She might prefer her forehand for an upshot. Now, Lynn, can she tidy it up? Just tuck that Jack around out of sight. She's coming down on the backhand. She's in the area. And she is planted for 3. Pressure, bowl, Heidi, 1 to come. She has no option except to now go her backhand. Let's see what she chooses, depending on the weight she uses, but it looks like she might be lining up on the forehand. Let's have a look. And she is on the forehand. Just trying to maybe get into that group of bowls. And she missed high. Generally what happens when you play the forehand. Now, Lynn. If I was Lynn, you could stay on the same hand, but the only option of her trailing. So I would change over to her forehand. But she might stay on the backhand because she's had some good bowls. No, good girl. She's changed to take away the danger. Got a free kick here. Probably. Well done. Lynn from Oustral. Great effort. And it was a 3. 2 shots to go for Lynn. And a great start. Just what you need to try and finish out the game. There's Heidi. Finnerty from Camden. On the forehand. Shape. Looks good. Nice loop. She can correct on that. Good area. In play. Now, viewers, I don't have the option to be able to let you know what the scores are on other rinks. It's not an option we offer at the moment, but you can go to BowlsLink, and when they put the scores in, it would be great if they would use live scoring, which we have the capabilities to do, but I think it's enough just to focus on people playing bowls at the moment. But we can embrace the technology. My centre camera has not been set up brilliantly with my little bucket that goes on top. Just can't change the angle of the front view of these ladies bowling. We'll adjust that for the break. Now this is where Lynn has sent 2 bowls down, which have been 2 yards through. And that bowl of Lynn is one on sort of and one behind. He's just, I would reckon, trying to get to her bowl behind rather than group it, but she has. Now, there is a hole there. Heidi is going on to her backhand. She can either land the bowl just got to send it with that line. I don't know if that has cut it down. I believe Lynn has got match at the moment. 23-6, Nepean Highlanders. Thanks to Bargo Sports Club and the Campbelltown Bowling Club. It's been great to be here. We will be bringing you another game very shortly, but this one's not over yet. Well, that is game. It is not set yet. And match. Final bowl of this end. And it's on its way. Heidi. She's given it the right direction. Can she find the gap? It's trying to drop. Not enough, I don't think. And it is game, set, and match. 2 shots. Congratulations, girls. Well done. We'll give them a big round of applause. It's a victory to Lynn Langfield from Oustral. Well played, ladies. Well marked. Hutch. And that is a 25-6 score line. So, viewers, thank you very much for joining us. That was my first... Just might turn that music down a little bit. My first ever broadcast with YouTube Live Sports. I had fun. I've got a lot of improving to do. But YouTube Live Sports, you better be live in it. We're going to see you again. And I believe the Open Women quarterfinal. Check all your local guides and we'll see you soon.